Hey all, and welcome to my vlog. My name is Erin, and today we're going to be talking about what makes a monster. So, monsters have been around for thousands of years, and in many cases they reflect some of the darkest fears of humanity. We're going to examine 3 different points that dig at the root of monsters so you can write something truly terrifying. Number 1. What are people afraid of? Death and lack of control are huge ones for intangible fears. There's also tangible fears, like spiders, snakes, etc. All sorts of things can freak people out. Phobias don't usually make sense, and when these fears are pervasive and shared by others, then they tend to weave stories around them. Some things are legitimately scary. They pose a very real threat to people. My favorite monsters are the ones that reflect a lack of control and the fear of the unknown. People who live in rural areas, both today and in days gone by, have often stared death in the face on a regular basis. Wildlife, storms, other humans out in these isolated areas. There's plenty out there that could come for a few isolated humans compared to when they are packed together in an urban center. People went missing in the woods and the mountains. Did they die of exposure or injury, or did something get them? You can't stop sending people out into the wilderness, because how would you get enough food? How would you trade with people? This type of fear is something that vast majority of people can understand. We're less comfortable around things that we don't understand. We are fearful of what we cannot control because it makes us feel helpless. Number 2, what are you afraid of? I personally find child monsters the freakiest. Little kids are not supposed to have demon powers, and I don't like it. Children as villains and monsters is a corruption of innocence. And I think it probably plays into the fear that if children are dangerous, then everything is. This is where turning ordinary things into monsters creates this whole new layer of fear. Nothing is safe if everything has the potential to be a monster. If you have something giant and huge with fangs, then obviously IRL, it's gonna be pretty freaky. But our encounters with monsters tend to be strictly through media. Sometimes you'll read a monster's description and shudder, and other times it will fall flat because it doesn't reflect something that you personally are afraid of. And number 3, how do they twist or reflect reality? Monsters can create a twist on reality. A werewolf is a man that turns into a wolf. It links the state of humanity with a creature that posed a very real threat to people. It is the danger of nature dragged into the safety that people have created for themselves. When it comes to a lot of these monsters, there's generally only one wall between you and them. How strong is that wall? We create rules around monsters to give us a sense of control. Keep silver or iron to ward off werewolves and the fae. Hang a cross to keep away demons and vampires. What happens if you forget your ward? Or what happens if you step beyond the boundary of safety? The fear comes from knowing that eventually you have to step outside what is safe and into the world where you're vulnerable again. A lot of monsters are somehow linked to a human form. I think this might stem from the fact that people are just as dangerous as everything else out there. We pose a threat to one another, and some humans actively hunt other people. Werewolves, vampires, fae, witches, even aliens. They are a perversion of what we consider to be safe and natural. This harkens to the unpredictability of people. A humanoid monster takes on their dangers from what we know people possess, but it gives us something more socially comfortable to focus on. You know a monster is dangerous, and it's easier to perform rituals of protection against a monster than it is to accept the fact that if another person wanted you dead, there's not a lot you can do about it. Monsters also show a reflection of reality. They represent our fear of other. Whether that other is truly dangerous or not, pales against our fear that it could be. Monsters reflect how we treat other people in groups. We fear them, attack them, isolate them. In some cases, people turn societal outliers into witches, or the mentally ill into those possessed by demons. The lack of understanding and compassion creates monsters where there need not be any. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to be notified as soon as I upload, ring that notification bell. All my social media links will be in the description below. Please leave a comment and let me know what your favorite monster is. Both of my books, Olympian Confessions Hades and Persephone and Olympian Confessions Hera, are available now in ebook and paperback. You can check them out on my website, links will be below. And I will see you all next week with another video. Bye!